You are now listening to Shoot the Shit with your hosts, Seany Caulfield and Sal Licata. Enjoy the show. Woo!
Hey everybody, welcome to Seany Sal Shoot the Shit live special. We're live, pal. We haven't been, and I'm Seany Caulfield, your favorite Major Mark's favorite Major Mark, and I am with my co-host, the biggest fucking Mark on the planet, Sal Licata. Sal, what's going on, man?
It's fun to be able to get back and hang out with you for a little bit. It's been crazy the last month or so.
I miss it, I do, but I know that, hey, life comes up sometimes, and listen, as much as we love to do this, we do it for the fun of it, and that's when anything that goes on in life that precedes this, right? Then we have to get together as a family and figure out, hey, is it worth it to do it this frequent and whatnot? So follow up, guys, follow up. We only have one thing to follow up on, and that's the hiatus that we're taking and we took. Sal, do you want to explain that a little bit? Or
yeah, basically Seany was just being such a dick. I couldn't take it anymore. And no, my schedule is just insane. And I know that yours is too. Like, everybody's got something. I'm not just saying, oh, look at me, I'm so busy, but my schedule happened to change as well. Not only because it's baseball season, but also because somebody at work went on paternity leave. So now my schedule gets moved up to different hours. And there's just not enough time to fit it in, believe it or not. I know it sounds, well, it's only an hour and a half, but if I'm doing that, I'm taking away from games I should be watching, or work, or my family.
Jeff said Shorty was such a Mark, Sal needed his space.
He's exactly right.
I like the comments.
Me too. It really is just a scheduling thing and a lack of time thing. So I thought tonight would be a good night. Sure. Yeah, because we have so much stuff we haven't. When was the last time we did it? Do you know? Was it over a month ago?
It's over a month. It has to be at least a month and a month and a week, or a month and 2 weeks
before roughly. Baseball, for sure. Yeah, I know
for sure. Yeah, and I miss it. I love it. But like I said, it comes down to, we have to make sure that we're in our right mind and doing it. It's for fun. So if we ever feel like we're dragging doing it, it hurts the audience and it hurts us,
Right. It shouldn't feel like work or something that we have to do.
Exactly.
By the way, are you wearing a Sasha Banks shirt?
Wand it up.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
There's this girl on YouTube that I follow, and she has Tourette syndrome, and one of her tics is she goes, wand it up, and she does it randomly, every 30 seconds. So that's what Bo is talking about.
What is the shirt that you're wearing?
Mercedes Monet. I got it in my monthly subscription box.
Who is that?
It's Sasha Banks.
Oh, it is Sasha Banks. Okay, I know her name is Mercedes.
Yeah. So this is her new, her new gimmick.
Right. So here's the reality of the situation before we move on. We joke and call each other Marks and stuff like that, but you actually are a huge...
Bro, I don't even know who I never watched.
Yeah, are you wearing a shirt, for Christ's sake? Come on.
I've never even seen a match, bro.
Who is this? I like Sasha Banks, by the way. I love her.
The only thing I know about her is that she's Snoop Dogg's niece. That's it. That's the only thing I know about her.
Isn't she married to some seamstress or something at the WWE?
Is she? I don't know. I'm not too sure. But
well, maybe I could be wrong.
That's something you would know, because you're such a fucking Mark.
For her, yeah, for her I am. I happen to be a fan of hers. By the way, so can you get into I don't even know. No, all due respect, I'm not familiar with Step.
So
Step
yeah, so let's go. So instead of Steel Post, guys, we're gonna go Since We've Been Gone. That's gonna be the middle of this episode, right? Where we talk about everything that's been going on. And Sal, so Steph came on as Matt's heater. I guess a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month, while he was in Australia, she was on the WSW tour with them. And I guess Matt, losing Chelsea as his heater to WWE, he looked at her and he's like, oh my God, that's the girl that I need. Because she's like tough looking, she smokes, like she's like a total badass, right?
Which is why you have a thing for her.
Exactly, right? So once I heard that she smoked, I was like, oh, that's it. This is the gimmick. I'm going after her. And I thought it was so funny. And I just started it. I mean, it all is a joke, to be honest, you know. I'm not, you know, like, yeah, she's pretty or whatever, but like I don't have any attraction to her or anything like that. It's just really just funny. And
well, you're married.
Exactly, but the stuff that's come out of it is gold.
Oh no, it's great. It's great content.
She sent me a box today.
You got
issues. Sent me this box, and it says packed and sent from Sydney, Australia. And then I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's called the Down Under box. So I go through it, and there's a fucking little kangaroo in there. We got all these treats from Australia. So when she says she doesn't love me, I don't know. I think you guys got to rethink that.
Right. And she sent a card from Bo is in there.
Yeah.
A card from Bo.
A card from Bo.
You know what I was thinking, Shawnee? Do you think this is weird, maybe even to talk about, but it's one of the things I think about. Like, is there any part of Chelsea that would get jealous of that?
So we were so one of us was talking about that. It's so funny you brought that up, because it wasn't you that I spoke to this about.
No.
I don't think Chelsea would get jealous, because I mean, Matt is like, he seems like a stand-up guy in that sense, where
no, I know, but like, I mean, come on, guys.
It's natural.
Are guys.
It's natural.
Well, right. Yeah. I mean, it's just a natural thing. I'm not saying that there's any attraction there, but I'm saying they travel together. I'm assuming, right? They're making all these appearances together. They're working out together. They're hanging out. I don't know. I just was thinking, like, there's got to be some kind of jealousy factor there, no?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there. I mean, listen, a female will not tell you if they're jealous, right? So even if she is, you think she's gonna tell Matt? Like, no, you know, I don't think that she would get jealous, because I think Dustin says no way that she would get jealous, because she doesn't even like Matt.
I didn't know somebody else said that she was friends with Chelsea too first, which is fine. I was just thinking, like, wow, that's weird that.
Yeah, no, I get it from your point of view, because you're not the first person that's brought it up to me. So, but yeah, I think instead of like the deathmatch queen, she should be called the deathmatch princess. Like, I think Chelsea should stay the queen, right? You know.
So that was the gimmick before. I mean, I only follow along in the group, right? So I know it was Matt and Chelsea doing.
Matt and Chelsea were the deathmatch king and queen. So now
it's like Chelsea was Miss Elizabeth, and now
now she's Sherry. Yeah.
Yeah. What is her name? Steph DeLander?
Her real name is like DeLandre, I think. Steph DeLandre. But I don't know. I really just I don't really know much about her. There's like one interview that she did when she got released from WWE that I watched, and it seems like Triple H is her favorite. But like, there's really not much about her on the internet waves, you know. So I asked Matt actually tonight if she could come on and do this. And Matt said that, you know, that she would, but they had a show tonight, so she couldn't do it tonight. So that translates to Steph the Laundry. So that's that. You know, there's nothing to it. It's just really funny. And
but you're funny though, because you know how to, when you saw a little.
I know how. And listen, some of these major marks. Listen, I love I love all the major marks, even the ones that block me because they think I'm annoying and shit. I love them all.
Well, you are. You are.
I know, but the thing is, if you tell me that you don't laugh at that shit, then I can't help you with your life. You know what I mean?
I laugh at how awful your Photoshop skills are sometimes. I think it makes it so so funny. The scepter.
The scepter with no hands.
You have no arms. The floating scepter.
You gotta think I know that it's so bad that I do it on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Because it's part of the gimmick, like it's part of it, and I love it, and it makes me laugh so much. But yeah, that's it. I think she's a great heater for Matt. I love the choice. I think she's an even better heater and will be a better heater than Chelsea was. As much as I love Chelsea, I just think that she's the opposite of Matt, where Chelsea is like Matt. So
how is Chelsea doing in the WWE? I've seen some of the stuff.
Yeah, she's doing well. I mean, she had a WrestleMania moment, right? Like literally weeks after she got signed. So that's a win. She's in like a team tough enough.
What was the moment at WrestleMania? I missed it.
She her and Sonya Deville, they were in like a 4-way tag team match. So it was like 2 versus 2 versus 2 versus 2. It was an 8-way match, and they didn't win. No.
Okay.
But she was still in it.
I saw her at the Rumble, right? She had the quick entrance or whatever.
Did I ever tell you the funny story when I first found the group and I was looking up the guys, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Who are these guys?" Like they said they were in WrestleMania, right? So I look up their WrestleMania moment, and everybody's gonna die at this. So I'm like, what? I'm like, I watched they tell me what WrestleMania. I watched the whole WrestleMania. I'm like, they're not on this WrestleMania. What the fuck is this? They were on the pre-show.
Wait, when they won the
tag titles, they were on
that
the
was pre-show?
Yeah, so I'm watching this whole fucking thing, thinking they had like a WrestleMania moment. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I know it's still considered WrestleMania, but it was on the fucking pre-show.
It is WrestleMania. I remember watching it and being happy for them. I didn't even realize it was the pre-show, but I must have just watched it specifically for them.
Yeah, the funny part is I watched the whole fucking thing.
But wait, so if I go back on Peacock right now, what number WrestleMania was it? Do you know?
I forgot, but you have to watch the pre-show. It's
right, but if you So like if you go back and watch WrestleMania, whatever the fuck, what was it this year? What number are we up to?
39 it was.
Okay, so if I go back and watch WrestleMania 39, they're not going to show the pre-show. I have to go to the specific pre-show.
Correct.
Okay.
Somebody had to send me the link of it. So
okay,
it's on the YouTube. Thank you, Chris. Yes. So but I just found that funny because I was literally like scouring, like did I miss it? Like, am I too high right now? Like what's going on? And then finally, bam.
By the way, this is great that we have the chat because we could get corrected immediately, especially on all this wrestling stuff. And the reason why this is like the reason why we're late today too. There's multiple things, but like we knew we were going to be doing this at 11 o'clock for days. So I text Shawnee at 10:51. I'm like, you texted me actually, but I didn't see the phone. Dude, I've been putting together this mother effing kitchen set that somebody bought my daughter. It is taking me all fucking day.
Yep.
God, it's infuriating. Anyway, and I'm doing that watching the Ranger game. So I checked the phone, knowing that I got to get ready to come downstairs. And I'm texting you like, you're like, yo, did you put any of the topics in order? I go, no, I didn't. And then I go, what do you need me to do? Do you know, are we going live? How does this work? You go, I don't know. I'm finding out now. 5 minutes before we're supposed to be going live.
YouTube is terrible when it comes to going live. It's like they don't want you to go live. They make it like difficult. So you can only go live on your phone and add somebody. And I don't want to record it on my phone. You know what I mean? So I remember I pay for Zoom every month. So I'm like, why don't we just do a Zoom like the major pod guys do? So I should have done that from the beginning, but I just wasn't thinking. But
anyway, all right. So now that's out of the way.
Let's go. So we talked about the hiatus. We talked about Steph. The WCW stage backing, Sal. There's been a lot of chatter in the group, and a lot has gone down about this ring, and they there's about 2,000 and something backers.
I find it fascinating, and first of all, I'm not a fan of WCW, nor am I really a fan of any of those characters. However, of watching old WWE shows, whether it was on DVD, the rise and fall of WCW, or just old stuff on Peacock, I'm familiar with the scene. Like, I look at the set and I see it, and I know Scott Steiner certainly, and certain guys in that entrance stage, Diamond Dallas Page, whatever. Hogan, I would get it for, but it's not really my thing. And in the beginning, I was like, oh, I'm not doing another one of these for $400. However, Shawnee, I got to tell you, there's a part of me that just wants it just to have it, like, not an investment, not because I need to have it, just because I think it's fucking cool.
I get it. I mean, listen, it is really cool, I have to say. And I want it to get back. I didn't watch WCW. The only reason why I knew WCW was because as a kid, I used to watch, Ready to Rumble, like, all the time. And that was like one of my favorite movies. And I knew of WCW, but I never watched it. And as I got older, I watched like Mortis, and I learned more about Canyon and digging in, like, things like that. And I learned more about WCW. But when I went back and watched the matches, it's like an overbooked mess. So right. I was like, this is what was competing. Like, no wonder why they fell apart. It was just, it reminds me of a little bit of AEW in a sense.
You got to mute that, Shawnee.
What?
Well, I don't know. I'm hearing something else. And now what is going on?
You hear something now?
I don't know. It was just random. I feel like I was hearing something. Anyway,
yeah, I just heard something too. I heard for a second. But yeah, so I have to say, I think there's a few problems with this ring. The price.
If it were, yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, even if it were 300. Now, I don't like the levels because I want it knowing what I'm getting. I'm not gonna back it if there's a chance I don't get the Hogan. If they say you're getting the Hogan, you're getting whatever the other figures they want to throw in, and then maybe you have like one or two extra bonus levels, similar to, I guess, what the whatever entrance stage was, the what do you call it? New generation ring. Then maybe I do it, but $400 for what? That's guaranteed. That's what I don't love about it. It's great, and also, dude, you get it. I got the ring box still sitting right here on the floor. I took the entrance out, set that up. The ring is the pieces are all still in the box. Like, I don't, like, what am I going to do with it? So it's cool, I think, to have. It's cool to look at, cool to set up. But in reality, what the hell is anybody going to do with that? There's no way people have room to display it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's, and they showed you like a shortened version of it. Like, so you can like do it on like a top of a detail and stuff. But I just feel like, number one, if I'm paying $400, I want, before it was $250, you got 4 figures out of it, right? Or 3, or how many? 3 figures.
Right.
You got the Macho. You got 3 figures. You got the whole Macho setup with Macho. So you basically, for $250, got the whole ring, the entrance, and you got the 3 figures. Now,
have you opened yours yet at all?
No, I sold one, and I only have one left that I haven't even touched.
With Diesel, Doink.
Yeah,
no, I know.
I have it all. Yeah, I have it all.
Okay.
So like, to me, I'm like, why am I've said it from the beginning. People saw my posts, and some people get mad at me because I don't suck Broski's dick, but I'm not gonna back a stage that I don't want. Like,
why you could, because he's saying people should back
like
it?
Yeah, like he was like, at first Broski said, like, if you don't back this, you're a fucking loser or whatever, but then he kind of went back on that and whatever. But like, to me, it's like, he basically said, like, if you're a collector and you let this go without getting backed, you're stupid.
Yeah, and I would never listen. I wouldn't listen to what anybody else says. I couldn't.
Me neither. I don't either. Yeah,
I either get it because I want it or not. And
he said we're stupid. See, look, Anthony wrote it.
Right. So whatever. I mean, to me, that's ridiculous. He's entitled to his opinion, but that's ridiculous.
Of course.
Also, $400 is a lot.
It's crazy.
Especially. See, you and I were talking about this a little bit because I've been selling off a lot of my collection, and I'm realizing the value of some of these things, old compared to new. A lot of the new stuff that we just without thinking about it, spend $30, $35, $40, $20, whatever it is. A lot of that stuff right now, once you buy it, and especially if you open it, but really once you buy it, it is very difficult to get that money back.
Yeah.
The old stuff, it may cost you a little bit more, but you get that money back.
Yep.
With this ring
Yep.
or the entrance stage, the reality is it's not an investment. You can't.
If you don't
What are you
get
gonna
to
do? Sit on
11
it for 30 fucking years in your
If you-
closet? Like,
if you don't get to 11,000 backers, which is where you get every figure, that is the only way it possibly even remotely makes sense. Because then you get like 5 figures with it, right?
right.
So now you're talking like you could probably get even on that 400.
But again, why would you buy it with the intent to sell?
That's true. That's true. That's the thing. Like, I don't know why, but like as a collector, I feel like real collectors used to have the intention of keeping it. And now I feel like even with this Macho CD that came out, the vinyl today that came out, like I know a lot of people are keeping them, but you also see them already up on eBay for $250 when they were only $30. So it's like everybody has that flip mentality. Not everybody, but a lot of people in the collecting community now, it's been kind of like swampy waters because people have that mentality like, oh, I'll buy, like Alex Del Barrio, he said he bought 6. And that Broski,
and he's also saying he flipped 2 at $750 each on eBay, which I'm not saying
crazy.
He's lying.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but like I don't know how you did that because in the beginning when people were, I did the same thing, threw it up for a ridiculous amount of money, nobody bought. So
yeah,
even
but
now,
right there, he basically made 250 times 5 is 1,500, right? So he basically made almost all of it back in those 2 sales.
I get it, but I've watched a lot of those rings. They're not going for much more than what.
Yeah,
I
think he must have sold them in the really beginning before they realized how many there were out there. And
that's fine if you could make some money on it. For me, it's not worth it. Like I don't. Care
I agree.
You're investing a lot. You got to ship and all that stuff. Like I'm selling off some of the pieces to it just because I don't want it. Like I sold my Diesel. I'm going to sell the Doink. I might keep the Macho, and I like the ring. Is just cool. You and I talked about this. My mentality with the Mattel stuff, with newer stuff, I'm not buying it thinking of selling it. Because what's the end game? Let's just say the new Bret Hart figures that came out, which I was all about, right? I went to Target the other day and got a couple of those. The ones that used to be ringside. Luckily that I didn't spend $300 to get because now you can get it for $32. But I bought 2, right? Because I think I'm going to open one and maybe just want to keep another. Even all these Ultimates, keeping them. What's going to be their peak value in 20 years, in 30 years? What do you think it could be? Let's say high end, Shawnee, the most valuable one.
150.
Let's say it's $300. Big fucking deal. Like, so you're holding on to something for 20 years or whatever it is. It's gonna, increase a couple $100. I don't know. I feel like I've changed my mindset on collecting and only am buying stuff that I want, that I'm going to have fun with.
Yeah.
And the older stuff is different. Maybe you buy that thinking that there's value. And I even sold a lot of that stuff off recently too. You all right there, bro? We got a little boogie?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's all right.
I just muted myself. I'm professional.
All right. You should have stopped the video. That would have been real professional.
But yeah, I agree. Listen, bro. But listen, like Cardona came out and said, listen, I'm not telling you this time to buy 6 of them because he knows that everybody got fucked over the last time. And he gave that advice out, and it becomes very, very like thin ice when you give that advice. And now people have 20 of them and nothing to do with it. Right.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the thing. They're taking up space and all that. So dude, the FOMO and the mindset of a collector needing to have multiple, it's a real issue that I've dealt with and I'm dealing with. There was stuff in my collection, even stuff from LJNs that I love, but why do I need this variant? Or why? Because what? Because Broski talked about having it, or because other people think that's complete? It's such bullshit.
It is.
You have to get your mind right. I started to get to a point where, I need that and one of this and one of that. And then I look, Shawnee, this is no joke. In the last month, I have sold $10,000 worth of stuff. If I showed you pictures of my room right now, you wouldn't
You
even know
wouldn't
that
tell a
something.
difference.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't even know that something was missing.
Yep.
That's
100%.
insane, dude. That's
Bro,
insane. And I got more.
you could sell another 20K and you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get up to 20K and still keep the majority of stuff that I love intact. It just shows you like you get out of control as a collector.
Yep.
So bringing it back to this entrance stage, I just think I would advise looking at it as now as opposed to an investment.
An
And 400
investment. I
bucks is a
agree.
lot. I would never buy multiple. I don't even know if I want to commit 400 bucks to that particular thing that I don't need, but I think it is cool, especially if it came with all the figures. I think it's probably something cool just
Yeah,
to
and
have
for
and
the
play
people
with.
that want it, like I want it to get back. Like the people that are rooting for it not to get back just because they're just miserable cunts. Like that's just that's just like unacceptable in my opinion. So that's how I feel. And yeah, Dustin, I agree, bro. Like I know like people who get a card for like 350 and sell it for like 10, like you're making $7 off of it. I know some people do that for a living. They buy cards cheap and sell it for $20, and then they'll sell 100 of those cards and make $300. But to me, it's just like the work isn't like it's too much for the get back. Like it's just
Right.
it's too, and they're not collectors. Those people, they're flippers. Like
And it's a pain in the ass to me. Like I don't know if I just don't have the time or don't want to be bothered or
I
what,
get
but
sick with eBay dealing with one sale. Imagine if
right.
I sold more than that. Like I would go crazy.
Well, then with fees as well. I mean, I don't know.
I
But
have to
then
say,
even
I was so proud of the group. I did a live. There used to be. I'm not an OG, right? I can't. I'm in the group 2 years now. In September, and I've been listening for almost 3 years now. And I know that there used to be live sales in the group all the time, like people like Hardy Heft before the Whatnot era came in, right? And I did a live show and I made $1,500 from my sales. And usually now stuff doesn't sell in the group very well. So I mean, I did give people deals, but I was very proud of the group for coming and supporting. And
I bought those wedding micro brawlers from Broski in one of like the final sales. He's like, "Oh, that's it, no more, no more." And then he had another one. Oh wait, that's it, no more, no more. So I don't know why I was just like, I felt like it was a good price. It was like $100 or $120, whatever, shipped. And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll buy it, dude. I can't sell them because I'm done with the micro brawlers now.
So
I have not been able.
Alex says, can I tackle this from a different angle, at least with the new gen arena, Sal? I was able to flip a couple extras so that I essentially got mine for free. That was my philosophy. I wasn't trying to make a profit. I just wanted to get mine at no cost or little
Understood.
cost.
Yeah.
And
yeah, by the way,
that I get. Yeah, that I
and by the way,
understand.
I'm not. Let me make sure I'm clear. I'm not knocking anybody who wants to invest in it and hope to sell it for profit. Like you're entitled to do whatever you want with it. I feel like that is a risky move that's not worth the reward.
The risk
but
is not worth the reward, but
there's
it worked out for him in this case.
and that's fine, and it could work out for many others. There have been plenty of other things that have been hot items that you get.
The limited edition items are the ones that you're going to be able to do that with, right?
The Comic-Con, the Mattel, those are always a hit. I wish I had bought 2 Slim Jim Savage at the time, but that was when I first started getting in, so I only bought 1. I opened it, and I love it. But but even that, or the No Holds Barred, which I have a second one of, and I love it.
Yep.
Okay, so would we pay for it? Like $70?
Yeah, it was $70. That's it.
And they go for about what now? 110, 120,
85.
All right, so even there you go. Even like,
yeah, Chris, I think you're right. I think during the pandemic, I thank God I wasn't in the group because I would have been even more wild. But the pandemic.
Oh, you weren't even in during the pandemic?
No, bro. I joined September 2021. I joined, but I started listening since like January 2021. So I've been listening a lot longer than I've been in the Patreon because I didn't know how to get.
What year did it start? 18 or 19?
It started in 18, I believe.
Right, like September or August or whatever of 18.
Yeah, so yes, I agree.
Bro, it changed my whole life. And I'm finally now starting to get back to the way I was before because I became obsessed. They touched a specific like thing inside of me.
Nostalgic, like part of your
Yeah.
brain. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
and also I have that. Like I always wanted to. I was a collector, but I sold a lot of my stuff, the wrestling figures and all that, and they just like opened up a whole new world of what to collect, how to collect it, how to display it, what type of condition, a whole new world that I was just like obsessed with for so long. How many
Yep.
years? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You're talking over 5 years. And now
Yep.
I finally have just started to like get back to, I still
Yep,
collect
that's how
and
I
enjoy
feel
it, but
too. Yeah, Dustin, that's how me and Sal. I mean, me and Sal we've had some really heart-to-heart talks about like, hey, like we don't need to be buying this shit anymore. You know, I haven't bought stuff in like 4 to 5 months, like legit. Like I just people ask me, you need this, you need that, and I'm like, no, I don't. You know, but. Listen, let's get on with this ring. It has 2,109 backers. It needs 5,000 just to get done. I think May 6th it ends. So it has 13 days left. I don't think it gets done.
So if let's say I don't back it and it hits the 5,000, can I still get in when it starts hitting all these landmarks and get it? Like last time you had to be an early backer to get the Savage, right?
Yeah, so that's the early thing is the Scott Steiner.
Oh, okay. So you have to get the You have to get the Scott Steiner thing. You have to get it early to get Scott Steiner. Otherwise, you don't get it.
Yeah. So that's the Scott Steiner is. I just muted that. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's fine. So, but if you don't back it early and you get in after they hit 5,000, that means you don't get the Scott Steiner.
Exactly.
So then I definitely wouldn't want it. Like I would not
you
get
Scott Steiner if it gets to 5,000, no matter when.
Thank you. We're getting corrected already. Okay.
Yeah. No, that I was just concentrating on that, but that's what it is.
So can we just confirm you get Steiner if it gets to 5,000, no matter when you get it? Okay. So if it goes and it keeps going up and hitting all these marks, and I jump in at the very end of it, I'll still get everything. That's what I want to know, because if I were to miss, okay, yeah.
So that's it. I mean, that's all I could say about the ring, you know.
Okay.
But
how about, and one last thing on it? How about the people posting about it nonstop?
Yeah, it's just like it's it's like me marrying SDL, you know. It's like
it's just beaten down it's every day with
I know.
I'm not getting it. I'm whatever. I'm not backing it. Like
I don't care what anybody says, right? Like some people are like, oh, you post to get over and all this, bro. If you know me in real life, you know I'm not trying to get over. This is who I am way before this fucking podcast. So you know, like if anybody thinks that, they should go fucking go jump off a fucking
no, you got to be nice. Don't say that. You're an attention craver. You know that.
Yeah, I love it. Give me the likes. I love it when people post something and then it doesn't get enough likes, so they delete it and then post it again. That makes my whole life.
People
I'm like,
do that?
Yeah, of course people do that, bro.
I delete, like, if something doesn't get enough likes,
turn the boat around.
I wouldn't.
Yo, listen, Joe Vin has been catching up. He's been binge watching our episodes, and he's been messaging me on the side, Sal. I haven't told you. And he's like, bro, this turn the boat around episode is a classic.
I believed it. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. Wow, that seems a little odd.
The people that don't know, I thought Power Town actually turned the boat around when the figs were breaking.
Bro, I forgot to tell you, I got a message from Joe Dumas about taking some head sculpts. Did you do that?
He has mine already.
So what is this? Do you know Joe? Do I know Joe?
Yeah,
I don't think that I do.
I spoke to him briefly. I guess everybody that's watching now will get a little bit of inside info. He's thinking about doing a series of figures of me and you in his him and Nicholas Christian have a series of figures coming out, and he wants us to be season 4 or whatever, series 4. So I think that's why he asked you that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you should have texted me on the side or something.
My bad. I totally forgot. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's good. I don't think the ring's gonna get back, by the way. and I hope it does, but it seems impossible for the next 13 days.
I hope it doesn't, just so Broski could cry. I want to hear that
Broski's
episode.
gonna cry, like
Yeah.
he's gonna cry for sure.
The stage.
Did
the
you
stage,
see?
by the way,
Did,
not the
did,
ring.
Let's talk about bendies while we're on the topic of Broski. I noticed recently that I posted that these bendies with the indie god were going for $60 a piece. And I know it's not the boys. I wrote it in the post. I said, I know the boys sold, it's a PowerCon, and PowerCon and making these prices. I get it. But let's be real here, guys. $60 for a little plastic figure that's made of like rubber, right? It probably costs $10 to make. I'm a victim, like not a victim, but I'm somebody who did this myself. I paid $120 for Danhausen exclusive, and I would have never paid that now. You know what I mean? I would have never ever.
Well, why did you?
I guess I was just in the moment. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's what they sold for. That was the face value of it, $120.
Because and that's the thing though. But the Danhausen ones, like they resell for a lot. So I actually got like 2 or 3 of them, and I resold them and got mine for free. So I did make my money back. But like I'm thinking in my head like $120. But I also got to meet and greet for that price as well. So, but
what's the normal bendy go for?
Normal bendy goes for like $27 to $35.
And what's the one that's going for 60? It's
the PowerCon special one.
Oh.
So
all right, so what?
I just think like I don't know. I just feel like $60 for like I could buy a Super 7 with that kind of money.
Are you mad because you want to buy it but you don't think it's a fair price?
I'm in that kind of realm. Yes, like
well, suck it up. That's the price. You either buy it or you keep it moving.
I don't want to feel like I'm being cheap because I'm not cheap at all. But I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like paying $60 for a little piece of rubber that's just gonna sit there. It like I don't know. I guess,
dude, you ever see the size of the Hasbro, Undertaker mail away? I mean,
it's so tiny. I know
thousands of dollars. Well, whatever. All these Hasbros. You're talking about. Yeah. Well, when you logically think of it, I was texting a picture. I sold a mock LJN Black Card Haku, which is like one of my favorite figures, but I sold it recently for a couple $1,000. I texted a picture of it to somebody. Just said I got $2,000 for this. Like, who the fuck would pay $2,000 for a figurine?
Yep. People that don't know.
Yeah, right. When you start thinking of it like that, you were thinking of like, well, $60 for a little piece of plastic like that, but that's not.
Listen, I get it. It's an exclusive. I think it's one of the best bendies made yet. To be honest, and I don't know. I'm probably gonna just fork out the $60 because I like it and I want to support the boys. But
because you're a huge fucking mark.
But like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit too expensive for a bendy. I think a bendy should be $25 to $30. And I feel like that could give them, and I don't know how much it takes to make a bendy, but I'll tell you right now, it's definitely a lot cheaper than a normal toy. So
the true sign will be how well it sells. If it doesn't sell, it's going to come down in price.
Well, everything seems to sell in this group when it comes to Cardona. So it's like, who knows? Even
then you can't blame him. I mean,
no, I'm not blaming Matt. I said it from the beginning.
No,
Sal.
I know.
It's not Matt. It's the people that if they sell it to somebody else, they don't have any control over it. And I guess I'm just a little bit like kind of like I don't know. I never felt this way before until this one. And this one I was like, damn, like it just has a removable hat and I'm paying $60 for it. Like, so I don't know. Maybe it's just me being kind of grinchy, but I don't know that way. But
that's the Indie God one.
Yeah, that's the Indie God one. Yeah. So
that's pretty cool.
It is cool. I think it's great. I love the gimmick. I love that Matt's toyetic. His outfit last night, he came out with the cape and stuff and the crown. It looks so toyetic, man. Like
I think he does obviously great stuff, but I think the Indie God was my favorite.
Exactly, Mike.
The Indiana
$35 for an Ultimate Bret Hart. And you're paying $60 for a little bendy, right?
Well, that is an excellent comparison. You're
Yes.
getting a great figure. By the way, did
Yes.
those is everybody's getting those now, right? If you pre-order those Bret Hart figures, did you
Yeah,
get
some
it?
people are getting. No, I didn't get them. Yeah, that's something I like Bret Hart, but I just don't need it for my collection.
I'm gonna go get it. You mind if I go get it?
Yeah, go get it. Go get it. You fucking Mark. I got it right at the time where he didn't hear it. Oh my god.
What?
I called you a fucking Mark right when you left.
I am. I was excited about this one.
It's beautiful, man. And they usually put the hair in front of the face, and I feel like sometimes that ruins it.
Well, they've got the separate head for that. Obviously.
I saw, but it looks so much better this time.
This is great. No, I've looked at this because the old ringside exclusive, it was gonna buy it loose, probably for a couple $100, but now that they have this, so I was all excited to go get it in Target. It came up on my app that they had it in store the other day, so I went and grabbed it.
Sal, did you get the razor? Somebody, Mike?
No, I did not get the
Tom
razor.
is asking.
I did not.
Okay,
I'm not a completist with these, and honestly, I bought these Ultimates with the intention to open them, and I just have never opened them. I have a couple of loose that I bought, the original Bret, the first one I bought before the re-release came out. So now I'm waiting on that one to come from Ringside. But I have them all in box still, and I don't know what the fuck to do with them. I don't want to get rid of them.
That's why I started selling mine, you know?
Well, I don't want to get rid of them. I like having certain guys. There were certain ones that are really cool.
That you like, yeah.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Rock, Cena, Austin, Flair is a good one. This Bret, the Hogans, there's a Triple H. There's a lot of cool ones. So I was gonna open them, but now that I haven't opened them yet, I don't think that I'm going to.
For
sure.
I don't know. Yeah.
Then what? Sit on it, store it in the closet, box them up.
The razor figure is unbelievable. Thomas is saying that it's I saw the face scan and I was like, holy crap. It's unbelievable. It's by far the best face scan I've ever seen on a toy. It's unbelievable.
A great figure. It's a great figure, but I don't know why I don't think I want
feel
it
like
or
you
need it.
Yeah.
No, because I was like this Bret in the pink jacket. I don't know the exact year. Maybe you guys could help us out with this. I feel like maybe it was that same year. I feel like this was. I remember.
Is that like
more.
Pepsi commercial, Bret?
I don't know. That would be a question for somebody else. I feel like I remember this Bret more. It was definitely toward the end of my. I went through 92, and I do remember Razor, but I didn't like him enough to justify an Ultimate. In my mind, Ultimate is the top guys, and I don't have Razor there.
Dustin's saying it could be like 93, but he's not sure.
Right. Okay,
that would make sense. Yeah. So, all right. So I have some breaking news from Sean Ning, and KWK.
Sean Ning.
Yeah, Sean Ning. He wanted me to break this news live here that he has signed Ox Baker. And I don't know if you know Ox Baker, but he's a wrestler from the 70s. And he has the eyebrows like James Mitchell, like the curly eyebrows. And he looks like a real bad guy. And he was a big heel back in the 70s. And he signed him. And through his daughter, he is helping her get the trademark for her dad with the funds that he's giving her.
Okay.
So he's kind of, he's doing the right thing to make up for what happened with the, conquistadors, and, he's continuing to do good. So that's what we like to see.
All right, yeah. I respect him for now being upfront and getting all the stuff out there, that he's doing it the right way now.
Yeah, for sure.
I would be lying to you if I ever said I heard of Oxford. What was it?
It's Ox Baker.
Oh, Ox Baker. Yeah,
Ox Baker, yeah. So Alex is saying, I believe that, Bret, it's 1993. Sorry guys. It's so I believe Bret's 1993, and it goes with the yellow vest Razor, who was Bret's opponent in the Rumble. Okay. Thank you, Alex. That makes sense.
I might end up getting the Razor because it is such a sick figure, and if I have all the other ones, whatever. I'm assuming I could get it on Ringside right now.
Anthony, what do you mean people are ripping you for posting the podcast?
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. Michael Jericho says he was in Escape from New York. I'm not too sure.
What the hell is Escape from New York? What does that mean?
Ox. Oh, Ox was in Escape.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know what that.
Yeah, I don't care, Anthony. They could suck my dick if they want to feel that way. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Anthony posted in the group, you were slamming the WCW stage.
We were not.
All right, Alex, nice. We weren't
Yeah.
slamming the WCW stage.
But whatever. Let's
yeah,
move
it
on
doesn't
from that.
matter. The WrestleMania 39, Sal, did you watch it?
I didn't. I don't know, dude. I don't do the 2-day things. I haven't been watching wrestling in a while. I watched the Rumble just because I got sucked in.
Thanks for coming, Alex.
You were pumping me that you were pumping me up that Broski was gonna come in there. So
yeah, I was convinced.
Yeah,
I was convinced when he canceled Mitch's today. I was convinced he was gonna be there. And then when Cody was getting beat up at the end,
oh yeah, you thought he was coming out.
I was like, yo, my heart was pumping. I'm like, yo, am I about to see
fucking
Broski?
Mark? You are such a Mark.
I felt like a Mark. I even messaged Matt. I was like, yo, Matt, I felt like such a fucking Mark last night. Yo, my heart was racing when Cody was getting beat up. Because how good of bro, that storyline would have wrote itself. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. Jeff Montalvo, what a Mark.
Yeah, Anthony Diaz said Shawnee Caulfield is burying the WCW entrance crowdfund on his new podcast right now. Bro, I don't know if you've been in this chat or not, but I don't think I was burying it at all. I'm just saying
we weren't burying. We were talking about it.
We were talking about it, and we were saying that it's just not my cup of tea. So if that's burying, then
also this is not a new podcast, FYI. So
yeah, this is definitely not a new podcast. Yeah. So, but yeah, you could write whatever you want. The UFC WWE merger, Sal, they combined now for a combined $21.9 billion evaluation.
I don't care about UFC either, Shawnee. Are you big into it? I mean, I find this merger interesting. I want to know, like, really what I care about is what's happening with the WWE as far as Vince McMahon taking it over and who's running things.
Yeah, so apparently they're saying that Paul, Triple H is still running it. He has full control.
Paul what?
Paul Levesque.
Levesque?
Levesque. Yeah, Levesque. Yeah. Paul Levesque.
I didn't think you knew it.
Bro, when I was young, I hated Triple H.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
No, I didn't like him. Now, I love Triple H, and I think you would too if you watch the new stuff and you compare it to what Vince was doing compared to Paul. So,
have you seen this book?
Ringmaster. Vince. No, I never saw that.
Me neither, but I ordered it on Amazon as soon as I did. Ringmaster, Vince McMahon, and the Unmaking of America by Abram Reisman.
Triple H was such a good heel that as a kid, I absolutely hated his guts. When I got older and I started watching interviews and seeing the real him, and now I look at him and how he trains the kids, and they love him. Like, you never hear a bad word about Triple H from the kids that he trains. And that to me shows everything.
Who did you like? Because back then when I got into it, I got back in at let's say 2000 for a little bit, and I was a Rock guy.
I was big Rock. I was a big Stone Cold, big Kane guy. I loved Kane. I
never liked him.
I liked the American Badass when he came out to Kid Rock, Undertaker. I loved that Undertaker.
But you just didn't like Triple H.
But I hated DX. I hated Shawn Michaels. I hated Triple H. I hated all of them. And but the only one I liked was Chyna. She was the only one I liked. And Billy Gunn, because he was the ass man.
I remember him.
Somebody has their mic on. Hold on. Let me shut it off. Got it. But yeah, I mean, you got to remember, DX was the biggest thing. And I know NWO was huge, but I mean, DX was just as big. I have to think. I mean, everybody was throwing the choppets around.
Yeah. Well, not me. Not me. Every Mark was throwing it around. People still do it. People still do it now.
You never threw a chop.
No, because I wasn't into it. Well, maybe in my life. In my life, I'm sure I've done it.
Of course
at
you
least a couple of
have.
times. Maybe, yeah.
If you
It's
ask
just
10 people, how many you
yeah.
think have done it in their life? Has to
Probably
be
at least
5.
8.
At
No,
least,
yeah, I would say higher. Yeah,
yeah.
maybe you're right. Maybe it is
We
more
gotta.
like that.
I'm gonna go around on the streets with a microphone and ask people about that.
Yeah.
I watched a Power Rangers Netflix series, a movie. They did a movie for an hour. It was an hour special, and the original Red Ranger, the Yellow Ranger was in it, and then they had the second Yellow Ranger, and they had a couple others, but it was really good. And they actually, bro, the monster that Rita had, so in the Power Rangers, like, Rita Repulsa is the main bad guy, and she creates monsters that fight the Power Rangers, and the monster turned the Power Rangers into toys. So they were promoting the Hasbros. So, like, in the movie, you see them all lined up as Hasbros.
Shawnee, I don't watch the Power Rangers. I know nothing about the Power.
But I just want to say it was so
no, the
cool
Hasbros. That is pretty
because
cool.
they incorporated it.
But you don't even like Hasbros.
I know, but the Power Rangers ones I like.
Right.
The Hasbro Power Rangers,
Oh, okay, yeah, those.
So I just thought it was cool that they incorporated it into the Netflix special, and then all of a sudden they went on sale again. So,
Of
I
course.
thought, like, you don't see that very often, where, like, they promote a movie and then that it's out right away.
Right.
So someone posted in the group that Sal Perry and the Power Rangers, but it was very good. The only thing that was bad about it was that the Green Ranger, obviously Tommy, rest in peace, that he wasn't in it, and they couldn't agree on, like, he didn't want to be a part of it because he said that he felt like being a ranger was, like, past, that was his old life, and he didn't want to be that no more. And that was the only thing that I didn't like about it. Everything else was really well done, though. So
yeah, maybe I should check it. You think if you don't watch the Power Rangers, you would find it fascinating or
yeah,
interesting?
for sure. I think it might be cheesy to you since you don't watch it, but it definitely felt like a 90s vibe, which I really appreciated. Okay, next, taking stickers off cards, Sal.
Oh yeah, dude. So there was a post the other day, I forget who had the exact post, but somebody was asking about how he should remove a sticker from a Macho Man Hasbro a mint on card. And I can't stand when people do this. Now, I'm lucky that I never like taking the stickers off. Maybe certain things, like if it were a video game and it was a newer sticker, I could see somebody wanting to take it off. An old school original sticker, though, KB, Toys R Us, whatever. I was just talking with Robert Morris about this because he bought one of the figures that I was selling that had a Toys R Us sticker on it, the Jake the Snake mock Hasbro. Dude, and people for years, you got to take the sticker off. I look at it with the sticker, if it's a vintage sticker, as more authentic. I'd rather the sticker be on it than these knuckleheads who have ripped them off and it looks like crap. So
does it matter what kind of sticker?
As long as it's a vintage old school sticker. The only ones that bother me, like I bought a video, when I was going on the video game binge recently. Yep. One of them had like a newer video game store that was like reselling its sticker. That I don't want on there. But if it's an original sticker on a figure, KB or whatever old store that used to sell them, no, then I'm all about the stickers.
Got it. That makes sense.
Does it bother you? You're a mock guy. Do you care about the stickers being on?
Yeah, I mean, I don't buy old figures like that, so I don't really have that issue,
Okay.
Like where you buy old Hasbros and stuff. The only old ones that I bought were the Bendies, and I just keep them on.
Right.
Your edibles kicking in, Thomas? Yeah, enjoy it, bro.
Hey, that girl, Steph.
Steph DeLander?
Yeah, she just commented on That wedding pack.
What'd she say?
Them thangs are thangin', respectfully.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither. You have to ask her.
Yeah, she will. She's yo. That's gonna be some meet and greet.
Those pics will be great.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna be amazing. Amazing.
All right, where are we at? What else we got?
There
here?
was a rock. Two more things. There was a rock prism, 1 of 1 that just sold for $150,000.
Can you
Can you
imagine
believe
pulling
that?
that? So you pull that card and you're thinking it's worth what? A few $100?
People in the group are saying that you guys are ripping on us. Seriously, Anthony, if you took that as us ripping the WCW stage, then I don't know what to tell
Whatever,
you.
That's fine. It's he could post whatever he wants. It was
I
not.
know.
I
don't mind that he posts it. I'm just saying, like, if he really thought that we were saying anything bad about it, I just don't understand. You know,
these guys are funny. Yeah.
150,000 for one card. One card. I mean. Now everybody who has a rock 1 of 1 is coming out of the woodworks.
Yeah,
even
they're all
from
gonna go
older
up there.
sets. Yeah, because they
Do we
all
know?
go up.
Do we know for certain it's legit and like the sale actually went through? We've seen how these things can fall apart before.
That's not burying, Anthony. That's stating why I won't buy. Burying is saying this is a piece of shit product.
Don't
I'm not
buy it.
saying don't buy it. I said it 10,000 times. I hope it gets back. And
Matter
you
of fact,
totally took it the wrong way.
Matter of fact, I was saying that I wanted to buy it even though I have no use for it. And what are we going to do with it? And it's $400.
You know, listen, if you think that's what that meant, it's it's wrong, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I didn't mean it in that way. I just said I'm not buying it because I didn't watch WCW growing up, but I hope it gets back. That's what I said.
Yeah, no, and that you said it sucked and nobody should buy it.
Yeah.
Who cares? All right, let's finish up. We're all right.
All right.
But I'm saying real quick on that rock card, you pull that from a box, you think it's worth how much?
Honestly, if that card, I wouldn't think 150,000.
That's what I mean. So you pull it and then you think, okay, well, it's got to be worth what 500, maybe 1,000. You put it up on eBay.
I would think at least a couple. I would think a couple grand. I would say.
Okay, and then you put it up on eBay to get the true value of it, and it goes for
150K.
Jesus, dude, that is unbelievable.
It's unreal. And then another guy in the Card Foundation group, he has a rock 1 of 5. He posted it for $5,000. So think about that. I don't know yet. Okay. He put it up on auction. So it's insane. It's insane.
All right, what else? Yeah, I can't do the cards. I'm out of the cards.
Yeah. 2 more things. So we talked about this yesterday, Sal. So we talked about the pink Brett, that there was a ringside version of that Brett.
Yeah.
And how the new figures and the Ultimates are affecting the old figures and their value.
It still bothers me, even though for this particular figure, I benefited from it because I never went back and bought the old one like I was going to. But there are others that I did, like the Harley race, for example. I paid like $300 for that set. Now you're going to be able to get the Harley race for $22 or whatever it is when it comes out.
$300 for that Harley race.
That's what I just said. I paid $300 for it when it came out. The total, but it comes with a Build-A-Figure and the other figures, whatever. There are other ones too, and then I worry about the Rick Martello. Are they going to release a new one? Or are they going to release new ones of ones that I went back and bought? The Akeem, one that goes for a lot of money. So I think it's wrong. There's a Macho King one that I want. That was a ringside exclusive that I still haven't got yet. Should I go get that, or should I just wait and hope that they do it?
I would wait it out.
Well, with certain guys, specifically Macho, they re-release it. The Warrior, they re-release that thing. I got burnt on that. Brett, I'm sure the Hogan stuff, like all those guys, maybe not Demolition, maybe not Akeem, but maybe not Rick Martello, but certain guys that they have.
Certain guys are going to get it out. Yeah. Yep. So I agree. I think it wait and Jeff is saying.
No, Joe Vin is saying that's why you shouldn't collect for value, but that's not the point. I wasn't collecting at the time. So when I went to go rebuy these that I wanted, the price was astronomical, which, all right, fine, it is what it is. But had I known that I'd be able to get one for $20 a year later, that's where you feel like I wasn't complaining about the cost of the Harley race. I missed out, so I had to pay whatever it was. But the
Yep.
fact that it comes out for $20 later, I mean, for the same thing, basically, that bothers me a little bit. Not that I'm collecting for value, but it just, that to me is a little dirty.
No, I completely agree, and it's really a tough situation because these guys, some people have collections, and you're right. I mean, people do put a value on their collection, though, so that collection, the value will go down, right? So it just gets a little messy. That's the thing. Should Jazzwares pull a Funko and bury all the AEW figs in a landfill? Last thing, is there such thing as too much merch? And I bring this up because last week we had a lot of stuff go on sale in the Major Mart group. We had the Major Crate go up for sale. We had like we had a whole series of bendies go up for sale, which is 5 bendies. We had the 4 extra bendies that PowerCon released. We have a crown that was released today or yesterday. Like, is there anything as too much merch? What do you think, Sal?
Yes, I do think that there is. I think that it could be, and I'm not talking about anybody specifically.
Yeah, I just mean in general. I'm not saying it's just the guys, right?
I feel like, because the mind of the collector, which I am now starting to understand and analyze myself, right, through my 5-6 years, the behavior that I have had and the actions that I've taken with buying this stuff, with trying to sell it, whatever. The mind of the collector is very obsessive, and it also could be a negative to where, if you feel, look at you with the bendies, for example. Like, if they're just pumping out bendies left and right, and you're like, I wanted to be a completist, but this is too much to keep up with, it's going to be a turnoff. So I think it's a very
Matt
fine
says, like,
line.
don't be a completist, but it's hard not to be. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but a lot of collectors
I wanted to be, and I did. Like, I was a completist for the first 50 of them, but after that, it just got like too much, and I'm like, I'm worrying about being able to get certain ones, and I'm like, I can't do this.
I'll give you an example with me, the Batman stuff, the retro 66 Batman stuff.
Yes.
Okay, I like it. It started out cool, and I was like, this is really cool. I love this show. These figures are great, and they are. But the more that they release, and then the variants and all this, and the different villains that, like, I don't even remember, I'm like, it's too fucking much now. Like, I don't.
Who was the villain that I didn't recognize that you said he was?
King Tut.
Oh, King Tut. I'm like, who the fuck is King Tut?
Yeah, right.
Like,
King Tut. They have this guy Egghead, and I was like, I was just getting it because they're cool and because I had most of the stuff, if not all of it. And now I'm just like, they released now the boat, and
can you take an Egghead and make a custom Sal?
Actually, it probably could. Yeah, you're right. No, I don't do the custom figures.
I'm just busting your chops. I'm just busting chops.
No, I know. I get it. But no, yeah. So point is, I do think there could be too much.
Yeah, I get it. And so somebody went back, I think it was Eamon or Justin, I don't know, but they went back and they had a number. It was like, since the pod has been around, they have had 630 pieces of merch in 5 years.
Right. So much so that they need a new book.
Yeah, that they needed.
Right.
And then he wrote a number of like, it was like 400 items since the last book, which was like, I guess a year and a half ago or something like that. I don't know.
By the way, Michael Jericho brings up a good point too. They did, of those Batman figures, they released black and white figures of the same thing because, like, the TV in black and white back then.
I didn't know that.
But it's just like it's a variant, and I bought them just because they were accessible, whatever. But, like, come on, dude. Is that really necessary? By the way, real quick to wrap it up on that, sometimes you do get lucky. I happen to get a variant of a maskless. They had guys with masks and no masks. A variant Robin, no mask, and a variant Joker with the mask. Dude, I sold the Joker for $60. I probably paid whatever, $15 or whatever.
Yep.
And the Robin, I sold for $200.
That's insane.
I put it up on eBay. I put it up on eBay for $200. Best offer. I probably would have taken $150. Somebody bought it for $200.
That's insane, bro. That's insane. But that's
Isn't it nuts?
That's when the benefits of collecting come in sometimes, right? Like where you're like,
And
hey,
but I also wasn't getting it. I told you how I did it. I ordered like 6 of them from
yes,
Target. I got hoping to get one. I got one. I was like, okay, cool. Now I have it.
yep.
I was never going to sell it, but I saw that one sold for 150, and I was like, well,
I gotta
shit.
sell it. Yeah. You don't need that
150
particular one, you know?
for $150, and I ended up getting 2 for it. It's crazy. But anyway, yes, you can have too much. All right, are we done here?
That's it. We're done. I love you guys.
Fucking Mark. Now you get it. Shawnee wants to wrap up so he could go mark out on the Facebook page and let everybody know that he wasn't ripping the WCW thing and comment on Step D Lander or whatever the hell her name is. You're going right there. I know what you're doing exactly.
I am dying, bro. I am. I'm going right there. I'm going right there. Anthony, you better delete that shit.
No, just make people listen to it and let them decide for themselves when you
No, I know. I'm just joking. But I have to say, guys, thanks for coming and watching. And I really like.
Me too. I want to do this. If we continue this, maybe we'll do like a once a month or however often we could do it live. And then we could get interaction because it does make it more fun.
It makes it so much more fun. So that's what we'll do. And Anthony, you don't got to change it, brother. If you think that way, you think that way. I don't take it against you.
No, let other people. Yeah, let other people.
We're just joking around with you, bro. We're just joking around. I just don't want people to think that we, we're burying the ring, because we weren't. But listen, guys.
But let them listen for themselves, and they can decide if we're burying it
guys.
or not.
Listen, we want to thank you guys for always listening, and we've seen so many people like post and message us saying that they miss us, and like I can't tell you how much that means to me and Sal. It really does. Like we do this for fun, and like I can't. Sal, how does that make you feel when these guys say that they miss us and that they're watching and stuff? It's a good feeling.
Yeah, Shawnee, it brings a tear to my fucking eye.
It does. I know you're such a bitch because you're on radio and TV, but you're a fucking mark, and don't forget it. We're out of here, baby.